Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker signed a bill. This is from the Daily Beast. Signed a bill repealing the state's 2009 Equal Pay Enforcement Act. So for almost 3 whole years, Wisconsin had an Equal Pay Enforcement Act.
Those were some dark years.
Yes.
So what did that mean exactly? Just that everyone, I mean, what it sounds like?
So there already is a federal mandate for equal pay.
Right.
So you can't discriminate on sex, race, orientation.
Yeah.
Federally. Uh-huh. A lot of states have also stuff on the books because you have to go through the system. It's easier to get these cases settled on a state level than on a federal level.
Right.
So that's why a lot of these states have these laws on the books. And Wisconsin was like, not on our turf, not on our cheese farm.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
Okay.
So basically, Linda Merrick, who is a national director of 9 to 5, which is an organization devoted to working women's issues.
I love it. She named it after the right thing.
She did the right thing.
Oh,
9
man.
to 5?
I love that fucking
Linda
movie.
has a sense of whimsy.
She does. I love her.
She basically points out it's often easier, faster, and cheaper to pursue a claim of discrimination in state court rather than federal, which is what I just said. This is the thing. So this dude, Glenn Grotham, who's the Republican...
Glenn Grotham?
Yeah, Grothman.
I love it. Grothman. I love
sorry.
it.
He's a Republican state senator
Say
in
that
Wisconsin.
5 times fast when you're drunk.
I was going to do it, but I am drunk.
Glenn Grothman. You can't do it.
Yeah, well, you're
I
high.
am high. Yeah.
So he's a major driver of the repeal, and he said that companies are being bombarded with false accusations of discrimination. Quote, it's an underreported problem, but a huge number of discrimination claims are baseless.
It's an underreported problem.
So he's basically saying there's a problem with people working the system with these discrimination cases, and no one's talking about it. So that's why we're repealing this act.
That's just like, pay no attention to the man behind the gun. Like, no, I mean, it's just like making a problem.
Underreported, but that
Still,
doesn't mean it's
you're
based on what?
Something you can't prove.
Yeah. So basically, he says that, can't wait till you hear who he references. He said, whatever gap exists, he insists, stem from women's decision to prioritize child rearing over their careers. Quote, take a hypothetical husband and wife who are both lawyers, but the husband is working 50 or 60 hours a week, going all out, making $200,000 a year. The woman takes time off, raises kids. It's not go, go, go. Now they're 50 years old. The husband is making $200,000 a year and the woman is making $40,000 a year. It wasn't discrimination. There was a different sense of urgency in each person. First of all, why would a dude in his 30s be making the same amount of money he is when he's 50?
A. B. Why can't the husband and wife split childcare?
He's saying like that this study is based off of a husband and wife sitting at home going, do you make as much as I do? Well, I don't know. How much do you make? It's not. It's based on people who have graduated college with the same degrees in the same workforce.
He's also saying
across the board.
He's also saying like basically women are lazy for raising children.
Yeah.
And that the guy has worked his fucking ass off and, he really deserves this, like, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, is that what you're reading in why he goes, it's not go, go, go?
Yeah. What I'm reading into it is like this guy, men work their asses off, women stay home and take care of kids and then try to work.
Yeah.
Good luck, sucker.
Oh, God. So then he goes, quote, what you got to look at, and Ann Coulter has looked at this, the expert on everything, Ann Coulter, is you have to break it down by married and unmarried. Once you break it down by married and unmarried, the differential disappears.
Okay, so what does that mean? That unmarried people, it is that they do get equal pay and married people do not?
Basically, you can't compare a single man's wage to a married woman's wage. That is like someone who just stepped out of like literally a rock was like moved from a cave, and then someone came out in like a Foghorn Leghorn outfit. And
I
just
wish. This is my fantasy, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's part of my sexual fantasy.
Oh, that happens?
Is the Foghorn is if someone moves a rock and then Foghorn Leghorn comes out, and then he says, like, what are you doing right now?
That's not what Foghorn Leghorn says. That's not his like catchphrase.
How would he say it?
Whoa, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, but see, to me, Foghorn Leghorn is like, he's one of those gay men who has like a super deep voice, and but also is self-conscious because he stutters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think is sweet. I would love to meet a guy.
Do you think Foghorn Leghorn is gay?
For sure, right?
I don't out cartoon characters.
No, well, I make it a point to.
Right.
No, I do. Well, I don't know. In my fantasy, he is. Again, this is just a fantasy.
who else
doesn't have a
who else is a
fantasy
gay
raped
cartoon?
by chicken? What?
Who else is a gay cartoon?
What's that one?
The guy from Lion King.
Oh, Scar for
Scar.
sure. The prince from the king from Robin Hood,
Right.
the cartoon. What's that one?
You just keep saying that, and then I say something. Well, what about Snagglepuss?
Snagglepuss, but he wasn't a villain.
No, I'm not saying he was a villain. I'm just saying what
Yeah,
cartoons.
gay exists
Fred
for sure.
Fred from Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone's
Fred
also
Armisen.
gay. Oh, you're just naming Fred. now.
Fred
Armisen isn't.
Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd was probably gay.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't really know why.
So anyway, a 2007 study by the American Association of University Women found that college-educated women earn only 80% as much as similarly educated men a year after graduation. Part of that is attributed to differences in life choices and family circumstances, but not all. After accounting for college major, occupation, industry sector, hours worked, workplace flexibility, experience, educational attainment, enrollment status, GPA, institution selectivity, all this other stuff, right? There's still a 5% difference in the earnings of male and female college graduates 1 year after graduation. And after 10 years in the workforce, there's an unexplained 12% gap.
I'm telling you, women have such an extreme disadvantage just because they can get pregnant.
That's it.
It's really sad that we set it up that way.
Which is why it's super important to have access to abortions. And this brings me, this is a two-part
Get rid of your kids.
Get rid of your fucking kids.